All right, a happy Thursday. We are on set at the draft right now. You can see the stage behind me. We're going to do a quick video on the Chris Paul Jordan Poole trade that will not be able to happen until July 6th because of the Jordan Poole poison pill restriction. We are going to talk about a little bit about the Bradley Beal trade that is about to be finalized, as Woj tweeted out, and I'm going to read you the compensation, kind of what we thought about. Basically, Phoenix went all in as far as what their draft assets. They still have the pick tonight, which is the 52nd pick in the draft. We had thought that maybe that was going to be a pick swap with the Wizards. That is not the case, I don't think. We'll see. Maybe that changes tonight here. But as we talked about, 6 seconds. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 2030. That goes to the Wizards from Phoenix. 2029 is not included because they already owe that to Oklahoma City. Pick swaps in 2024, 26, 28, 2030. I would be careful with the pick swaps because remember, they already owe. They already owe the Knicks a first-round pick that's protected in 24, 25, and 26. So I think you have to be careful there because if next year the pick goes to New York, it's top 12 protected, the pick swap basically goes out the window. The same thing as far as if the pick carries over to 2026 and it gets conveyed to New York, the pick swap basically gets a little bit watered down. And then the same for 2028 because Phoenix already owes a pick swap with Brooklyn that now they're joined with here, and we'll see where the language is. I'm not going to talk about exactly what the specifics are, but remember though, they already owe New York a protected first in 24, 25, or 26. Those are 24 and 26 is when the pick swaps with the Suns are coming into play. Phoenix already owes a pick swap with Brooklyn in 2028. Probably out of the 4 pick swaps, it is going to be 2030 that has the most value. That's also when they got a first from the Wizards in that deal. So it sounds great on paper with the pick swaps, but they are a little bit watered down because of what the Wizards already owe New York and what Phoenix already owes Brooklyn in 2028. Remember, the Suns can't go out and buy a pick next year because of the second apron here. So they went all in. We already know about that. We did that video. Thank you. We got almost 500,000 people watched it. So thank you very much. All right, Jordan Poole, Chris Paul, very intriguing. Blame the second apron, as you said. This deal is not going to happen until July 6th because Jordan Poole is on he signed that rookie extension, poison pill restriction. Basically, the full value of Poole's contract right now on that rookie extension is not included. We've already gone through the formula 9,000 times. We're not going to go through the poison pill restriction. Take it from me. He can't be traded until July 6th for this deal to work here. So when you look at it from Poole, who just signed that extension, and Ryan Rollins, Poole's at 27.45. He had $500,000 in likely bonuses that were already factored. That becomes unlikely. That's why his number drops. All his bonuses in going to the Wizards are deemed unlikely because of playoff success and individual honors. So for Jordan Poole, 47.45, 29.65, 31.84, $34 million. The 4-year rookie extension the Wizards inherit. Ryan Rollins has a guaranteed contract for next year, $600,000 partial in 2024. That is a July 6th trade. If Rollins was not included, the deal doesn't work because it's the 110% rule, right? Follow me here. Chris Paul, as we talked about, $30.8 million. That is going to be guaranteed. He's got a non-guaranteed contract for $30 million I'm getting texts and all this stuff. I'm looking at my phone for $30 million in 24-25, end of June trigger date here. Financially, it's almost a wash as far as when you look at it for this upcoming year from the Warriors standpoint. $186 million in salary. They're over the luxury tax. They're over the second apron. They're over the first apron. Draymond Green certainly is a priority for them. On the court, you're looking at Paul, Curry, Thompson, Wiggins, or Paul coming off the bench, Curry, Thompson, Wiggins, Green, Looney, a lot of different variables that Steve Kerr can work with. I think big picture too, financially, that it removes that number off, and now you can become more creative with the Green number this year. With a Clay extension, your costs are not going to be as high, because at the worst, we're not at the worst, but the big picture window is that Chris Paul will be on this roster for 2 years if they guarantee that next year's contract. So I don't think we have to worry about maybe Golden State being in that second apron for like 3 out of the next 5 years or for the foreseeable future. We'll take it by case, and we'll see what happens when Draymond, as far as what his new number is. And I think he is going to likely, I would say, re-sign here. Don't aggregate me, but all signs just based on because they had the veteran minimum. For the Wizards, eventually you have to, I know I said this morning you're going to take a wrecking ball to this team here, but you do have to get some of those in-between players that can play, similar to what Utah did with Lauri Markkanen. They pick up a second, they pick up a 2030 first, which is protected. We'll see what happens with the protection. That's going to be interesting because that pick cannot roll over to 2031. Remember, the 7-year rule when it comes to draft picks, because let's say if it's top 8 protected in that draft and the Warriors have the 5th pick, well, basically it would probably turn into a 2030 second. It doesn't convey to the following year because of the 7-year rule. So that is it. That's a 6-minute video. We got a lot going on stage here. I'm trying to think if I have anything else. I mean, the Warriors payroll, I mean, right now you're looking at a $67 million tax bill. That is probably going to jump to probably over $250 million once this thing is filled out. That's what we expected here, but as I said, you get the pool money off in the future. Take on 2 years of Chris Paul. That's if you guarantee next year's deal. That's all I got for you. Hopefully everyone is good. We will talk soon. Tune into the draft.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.